Season 53, War Number 1. Today we've matched up against Matrix, and the bands are Lady Deathstrike, Luke Cage, Professor X, Spider-Man 2099, and Ironheart. And my team today is going to be Mr. Negative, Photon, and Valkyrie. And this is my first season stepping up as main planner for my battle group, meaning I'm going to be in charge of all the fights that are being assigned, and I'm really excited for this because it is going to let me make a bit more decisions on what I am taking this season. It's also just a nice experience to be in control of the whole battle group, because it has been something I've been stepping up to do a lot recently, as being basically the leader of my battle group, and now that I am planning, it can feel that way even further. So yeah, expect some very interesting content this season, especially War 2, because War 2 is going to be something that I never thought I'd be able to do before, and it's going to be a very fun war, so I encourage you to look forward to that. But definitely watch this War 1, because this is a very fun one, because we are doing Mr. Negative once again. Mr. Negative is taking, I think, 4 fights this war or something. Mr. Negative and Photon. Photon's got like 2 fights, or something like that. And then Valkyrie is for a synergy exclusively. So yeah, that's going to be my war. And we have a rank 3 Enchantress boss we have to take at the end of this war. And if you don't know, rank 3 Enchantress is the only war fight that I died to on that same node, the boss node, last season. So it's more or less a rematch, even though I already got a rematch the war afterwards, the war finale, War 12. But we get to take her again, and then looks like that's going to be happening a lot this season, because it seems like she's just going to be the boss pretty much every war. Because I know War 2, once again, I'm going to be taking an Enchantress boss. So yeah, but anyway, we're on Path 1, and I didn't really talk about the Thing fight much. There, I didn't dash back quick enough, but it's fine. And then I think I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to just get an SP2 thrown with my dark energy the way I want it, and then I like changed my tactics, where I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna do the whole corner play style with Negative instead, where I just do a bunch of evades and then keep triggering the burst damage and stuff. So the Valkyrie synergy is there to help pause my slow, which is there for unfazed. I definitely didn't play it the safest. Like, I'm risking a lot of unfazed here, but at this point I'm like, yeah, he doesn't really have it, so I can just do this. And yeah, you just saw me do a bunch of corner play. It's not something I'm really going to do again this war. I did have in mind going for a strategy versus the Enchantress boss, where I just go in the corner and then keep pausing my degens like that by converting energy. It didn't end up coming to fruition because I just kind of forgot about it in the moment, and it might have been a good thing that I forgot about it. Either way, that's Path 1. We move on to Path 9 in Section 2. I'm only taking this one fight because there was a Sauron on the first node, which I was not going to be able to take. So we sent a player there with Ultron, and that just opened the other half for me to finish it with Photon. And then, yeah, so this Wiccan here fight I've taken before. I'm not going to have an Odin for this fight, but it doesn't matter too much. It's still a Wiccan. He still doesn't really have much of a health pool, so we can kill him relatively fast. It's just the fact that he's tactic and Photon isn't that I need to keep in mind. And the ways I can help prevent things going wrong is by baiting his special ones and constantly countering them, because your power charges, or their power charges, are paused and can't go up for 7 seconds after you punish their special. One thing I did forget is that he is going to be placing plasmas if I get that Incinerate on me. So that's the only Incinerate I let him place. From here on out, I'm just going to make sure that I knock him down so that spell never triggers. I just didn't think about it in the moment. So yeah, it did cause me to eat a plasma, but that's fine. We just need to continue to play aggressive at this point, and he's also taunted now, so he's going to be throwing specials a lot. I don't know why I paused there. I think I just wanted to try to... Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't get a bunch of shocks on me, but I didn't really need to. I could have played full aggressive, and Photon with Inequity and her energy resist would have been able to make sure I'd have been fine. So yeah, you saw me there knock down, so the Incinerate spell is gone. And yeah, this Wiccan is dead right there with that light attack. So only lost a little bit of health, mainly from that plasma. I don't think I ever parried in that fight to trigger One Eye Open. So anyway, now we're fighting Sasquatch on node 38. I took this fight a bajillion times last season, but I'm not speeding this one up like I have been lately because something kind of interesting and funny happened in the middle of the fight that I think you guys should see. So yeah, I'm activating my boosts, invul boost, special 3 defense boost, anything to make the fight as safe as possible. And then we go in, gonna do the normal negative stuff where in this fight I'm gonna get to an SP3, ideally have as much dark energy as possible, drop the SP3 right after I knock him down. Here I did something stupid. I know not to do that, I just did it anyway, where if you kinda just, if you just charge your heavy right after a parry, they usually just dash back and then don't dash back in. It's just something the AI does constantly, and I should have known better to not try that, but I was stupid, so I could have gotten comboed and lost my invul, which would have been very bad. Luckily, my heavy somehow connected, so I'll take it. Drop the SP3, use the SP3 to push him to an SP3, and then we tank it with the invul boost, and then it's going to do a bunch of direct damage. You don't get to see the direct damage until after Sasquatch's SP3 because they come 4 ticks after mine, and then he threw it too fast. But yeah, he drops his SP3, does no damage to me. I think it puts him in Wrath afterwards, which is fine. We can use the Wrath to gain Secutor charges because when you have a debuff prevented by immunity, you still gain Secutor charges. So when I trigger a stun immunity like that, I'm getting more. Alright, here's the funny. He drops his SP2 here. I'm going to go for the counter, obviously. But here he charges a heavy, and then I punish it, and then he's going to combo in my block. And here I think he throws a heavy again, because it looks like the same exact animation. Little did I know that was his special too. So I threw a light attack to try to like counter what I thought was a heavy attack, and luckily I didn't get punished for it. I didn't realize how similar the first of his SP2 and his heavy attack look, so in my mind, I legitimately thought he threw a heavy instead of the SP2, so I went for the light attack to counter the heavy, and holy crap, I guess I just reacted fast enough to not get hit by the rest of the special attack. That was so scary, dude. So yeah, anyway, this fight is over right there, and that's another node 38 Sasquatch taken down successfully. Next up, we're fighting Mordo on node 45. I didn't even show the nodes there because I wanted to get into the fight as fast as possible to make sure my invul boost was still active, but this is Hazard Shift, Shock, and Bleed. Photon's immune to Bleed, and then we have Odin pre-fights for this one. So yeah, again, just counter his special attacks a bunch. This Mordo was very special happy, which is really awesome. And then, yeah, just keep countering his special attacks, and then we're going to be chilling the whole fight. Yeah, do crazy damage. I didn't even activate power backs. I'm surprised I didn't, honestly, because normally I do run power backs for Photon. But yeah, those shocks are just tickling, and then this Mordo being really special happy again. It's really nice to see. And then I dropped the SP1 that finishes him out. So, dude, she wiped the floor with that Mordo. Alright, last up, we're fighting the Enchantress War Boss. This is probably the cleanest I've ever done this fight. I just remember it going extremely well in the moment. And then, yeah, I'm activating an invul here because you need to push her to SP3s like you do against Sasquatch to make this fight as ideal as possible. Because you really don't want her throwing her SP1, and then she locks her special too. So, yeah, we're going to be going into this just trying, again, as good as possible to push her to SP3 and anti-bait the special 1. Here, I'm going to go for an intercept. She doesn't play ball. And then I do something here that I didn't do the attempt that I died, where if I need an intercept, I can just get into my corner, charge the heavy, wait for it to dash in, and then counterattack, intercept. Beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to go for an SP2 here. Not nearly as many dark energy as I'd have liked to have, but I just wanted to make sure that she went red with the special, and then my dark energy was going to run out soon. So, Didn't have as much degen as I'd have liked, but we're still set up for success here. She drops the SP3, and then she's power gaining from Tactic afterwards. That's fine. Just let the degen tick. I wanted to make sure she didn't throw her special 1 before my degens went off, because that would just be damage that she stored up with her spells. So yeah, just to making sure that whenever she's going to throw an SP1, I don't have the degen active. And then yeah, she made me miss there. It's annoying, but it's fine. I barely saved my light energy there, but I did get it, which was pretty cool. And then I'm setting myself up for another SP2 pushing her red, and then yeah, we just got this fight locked down at this point. She doesn't even drop the SP3 immediately, so that's more uptime I can get with these degens before she gets closer to a bar of power. And yeah, she's at 21%. I still have 2 invul hits. This one's going to consume the second one. And then, yeah, take no damage. We come out the special 3. She's got down to 10%. I'm going to go for an evade here, and then once I do that, the fight is over because I can chain into Relic and kill her with basics. So there we go. Enchantress boss soloed. Really, really good start to my season. Very happy with it. And yeah, we did win this war. It wasn't always this one-sided. Closer to the end, it was a closer score, and then they realized they couldn't win because we finished our fights, and they were still a little bit below on deaths, or above on deaths, I should say. And then, yeah, they just gave up a bit on the last few fights, so their death count was a lot higher than it probably would have been. But GG's to Matrix. Good luck to them for the rest of the season. And yeah, really good start to AOH's season. Really good start to my planning experience, because my battle group only gave 1 death this war. Super proud of my battle group, which we call Oster. If you guys are watching, thank y'all for making my first plan officially as main planner a really good one. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.